So I think one of the big questions that we face is how we enable some of the upfront infrastructure spend, that is required. Government has announced they have an infrastructure fund to sort of help prime delivery by helping fund schools and the health facilities that we require, but I haven't had enough experience yet to see whether that's really going to act as the catalyst for regeneration that it needs to. It is very difficult. I think the Housing Minister started with the perspective that people are not necessarily against development, they just don't see it necessarily as benefiting them and they don't feel involved in the process. And absolutely, those are messages that we as an industry need to learn and make sure we deliver. Successful community engagement is a really broad thing, and we need to make sure we talk to all parts of the community. Often the difficulty we face is that those who turn up and participate in the process are the small minority who feel that they are being harmed or they feel they have a vested interest in the outcome, rather than the silent majority whose voice is often negated or not heard in that process. But very much we need to consult with the community, and we need to deliver the infrastructure and the jobs and the homes that benefits that broader community. So secondly, you can never start community engagement too early. The more the community think that they're coming along on a process with you, they're helping shape the vision for the site, they're helping shape the design for the site, those are all really positive messages that actually work very well from a community engagement perspective. The challenge, though, is that unfortunately we do have some people who are always going to be anti-development, and we have to recognise that that is something we need to overcome if we are to dramatically increase our housing outputs. So we have been involved over a number of years with the delivery of the Olympic Village and its conversion into East Village, where we are now long-term owners and investors in some of the housing there. And actually what we saw there was the government's ability to invest in infrastructure up front really enabled very far-ranging regeneration. If we look at how much regeneration has happened since the completion of East Village, it's been amazing because the infrastructure has acted as a catalyst. So when we look at where regeneration goes wrong, often we see it's the way that the housing is dealt with and the long-term management. Yeah. So successful regeneration, it has to be for all the community. And one of the things that we see is that developers sometimes regard the affordable housing as an obligation that they try and minimise, and they sometimes try and deliver lower quality, inferior buildings. And for us, the key to successful regeneration is to make sure that all of our community members feel that they're the same. So we have no visible differentiation in the buildings for any of our tenants. You can't look at the building and see any differences.